Good morning, everyone. It's Rose. I garden in East Midlands. Welcome to Roses. I have, as per usual, it's a weekend, and I've just got out to have a look at what's going on with the roses and everybody else and all the other companion plants. It won't be a lengthy video, that's the hope. I always start in this bed, which is my main rose bed. I've got two main rose beds right here. The roses are coming to the end of their first flush, and I was deadheading them this morning. We need to start fertilizing. I was fertilizing some of them, so I will just quickly whiz through the beds and show you. So for those of you that haven't watched any videos before, these are the two rose beds. I've got 9 roses in here. 8 of them are David Austin roses, and I've got 29 roses in there. And I think there are 4 roses that are not David Austin. But I'll point those out to you. We'll just go very quickly. I've divided this by an arch. So we live close to a road, so you may hear a lot of car noises and so on. Hopefully you'll be able to hear all of what I'm saying. Anyway, so the beds are lined with boxwood, and we've got bricks. When my mum and dad came to visit in the summer, my mum put the bricks for me because there's a bit of gradient, so the soil from the beds normally goes onto the patio, so she ended up just doing that as a temporary measure. So thank you, Mom. We need to get still aging. That's what we're thinking to do. That will happen at some point. Anyway, so in the beds, we've got companion planting. Nepeta, I've trimmed it off because it was taking off roses. We've got Lady's Mantle. You can see the blooms, the lime green blooms. We've got foxgloves, hardy geraniums, and so on and so forth. So you will see as we go along. Aquilegia is already bloomed out, so that's already gone. So I was honestly deadheading this morning, so I may have left a few things. So we've got the Mayflower here. This is this one, and then we've got Eustacia Vi, which is the next over there. You've got Lady of Charlotte, Olivia Rose Austin Tree, and Iceberg. They've both finished blooming. Their first flush is gone, and then we've got Charles Darwin right here. The bloom hasn't opened. I've deadheaded some already. We've got so I said the Mayflower and Susan William Ellis. I forgot to deadhead, I think, Susan, so we'll need to come back and do that. Her blooms are white blooms. So yeah, this bed is resting, I think. Well, most of the roses have come to an end, and as I said, I need to come and fertilize. We've got the General's Gardener over the arch, so it's 2 of them, one on the left, one on the right. This was blooming really well in the last video. I hope you will, that's where I showed the prime of the blooms. If you haven't watched that, please go back to that video. You will see how the General's Garden was blooming. Anyway, moving across to this bed with the 29 roses. So we've got Iceberg tree, which has now been deadheaded. Those are Allium giganteums, those ones. And then you've got the Ancient Marina right here. She has been blooming for quite a while. I've deadheaded. Obviously, I've left. I've just seen that there are some blooms that were left behind that needed deadheading. This is all Elizabeth, if you can believe it. So this is Elizabeth. Sorry, I've got to use my fingers. That's all Elizabeth. I've ended up tying her in. So that is Elizabeth. And I've got 2 Elizabeth. I'll show you the other Elizabeth over the other side. I've got a sister called Elizabeth, and this is a pretty rose. So I had to get myself a second one. But gorgeous rose. All of the roses I'm showing up pretty roses, of course. That's why they are in the garden. We've got Princess Anne coming to the end of her bloom cycle, first flush. So I've left these just to show you, but honestly they need to be dead-headed so I can fertilize this plant. There's a tree on the other side, and I'll show you those blooms are fresh, so I'll show you the blooms. And this is a cutting of Poet's Wife. I've left her in the pot, not doing too great, but it's blooming. It's in its third year. It was in the ground. I've put it in the pot just to give it a bit of chance. Black spot, but it doesn't matter. So we'll prune all of this. I was just selfish. I shouldn't have let it bloom. Maybe I should have left it to concentrate on the growth, but let's leave that and then we'll come back at some point. Queen of Sweden, we've got 6 of them in here. Beautiful rose. It's got an upright habit. Those of you that have Queen of Sweden, you will know that. And that is Queen of Sweden. So I said we've got 6 Queen of Sweden. I had one already. My daughters and husband got me a bundle one Christmas, which was Christmas 2022. So they got me a bundle of, in the bundle here is 5 roses, as I've said before. That is Eustacia Vi over here. So I showed you Elizabeth just here. And then the next will be Eustacia Vi. All of those blooms are Eustacia Vi. I've got 2 Eustacia Vi's over there. And then we've got Olivia Rose coming to the end. We've got 2 shrubs over there of Olivia. We have Poet's Wife. This is the mother plant of the cutting I've shown you. So Poet's Wife. And then we will have Desdemona over here. So Desdemona is all here. This is all Desdemona. She's outdone herself. So I've left her blooms, but some of them need deadheading. She starts with she's got the pink tinge in the new blooms over there, and then she turns into white. She's been blooming honestly for a very long time. Bonica is also in her prime. I have ended up staking Bonica as well. This is all Bonica that you are seeing. Bonica is not a David Austin rose, but she's a really pretty rose. Vanessa Bell is coming to an end. I need to deadhead Vanessa. She's a newbie in the garden, so I need to deadhead her. She has also been blooming. And then I forgot Grace because she isn't blooming. She's right there. She's also a newbie in the bed. I need to show you the bed from this side. Just so you can see from this angle. So the bed starts right here, and then the 29 roses are all in here. So what we might do is, I don't know if I'll edit anything because it's quite full, but I think we'll just leave everybody the way they are and carry on next year. This has been happening. The bed is 3 years old. Most of the roses, but obviously I've told you Vanessa Bell is new, Grace is new, and then Pastella, who isn't blooming at the moment, who I am considering moving out of the bed because I planted her when everything was still dormant. So she's tiny over there. She's thrown out a few blooms, but yeah, she's being choked by all of the others, so we will need to remove Pastella. That is Elizabeth right there. At the second Elizabeth I spoke to you about, that's rolled out, but that is Elizabeth. Sorry, I'm using my fingers because it's easier that way. It's all Elizabeth over there, right here. So Elizabeth is floriferous, gorgeous rose. I need her in a tree form, so we will get that. This is Emily Bronte. She has passed her prime. I've already deadheaded Emily Bronte, so it's beautiful. Emily Bronte is floriferous as well. I've got her in a tree form, and I will show you Emily Bronte in a tree form in a moment. This is Rhodall. Rhodall is also floriferous. This year he has calmed down. I don't know what the issue is, but did more than this last year, so they have already deadheaded as well, but in comparison did better. last year. But anyway, this is still beautiful. Elizabeth, the close-up of Elizabeth. Some blooms haven't quite been dead-headed, and the blooms have got smaller. I don't know what the deal is, but beautiful rose this is. That's all Elizabeth. Beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous. This is Claire Austin, Claire Rose Austin. She's really, really pretty as well. She's got loads and loads of buds. So blooms and buds. So we've got right here, that's more of Claire, and she sprawls as well. I've put Claire in an obelisk, so for symmetry I've got another Claire right here. I need to reduce the zoom, so let me move back a little bit so you can see. So for symmetry, ignore everything else. That's the Claire, and then we move across and we've got another Claire right here. She too is blooming. I chopped Claire right down, so it's unbelievable that she's sprung back up. They were not doing well last year, so she's sprung all the way back up. So gorgeous rose this is. It's a medium climber or small climber, I can't remember. So I have put Claire in an obelisk. So third year as well, Claire is. There we are. And they were bought, one was bought as a bare root, I now can't remember which one, and the other was bought as a potted rose. But I think they've all now just caught up with each other. So I don't know which one is which is which. And then the rest of the Queen of Sweden is right up here. Those are new blooms, and then these are old blooms. Great. So let me take you to the other part of the garden, which will be this one. This is the other area. I showed you last time, but I may have left one side because something overheated with my camera. So my phone overheated and I couldn't continue the video. So this is the left side. I only just show you the roses. It's a huge bed. There's not huge, but medium size, well, for my garden. So I won't show you everything else. We'll do a proper tour. I'll just show you the roses. This is Wild Eve, pretty rose. Wild Eve is Wild Eve, very pretty. This is Penelope Lively. We only have 5 roses in this bed. That's Penelope Lively. Quite a gorgeous rose. This is Heidi Hall. First year in this bed. Bought as a bare root last year, left in a pot, but this year I put Heidi Hall in this space. She's quite a big rose, so this is all her. And I dead-headed the other 2 blooms that she had, but some are already coming up. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, this is an old bloom, so that will need to be dead-headed. We'll leave that there. And then here we have a Dame Judy Dench. Dead-headed some of her roses earlier on today. This is the bloom. I love this rose as well. Love the color. It's pros though, so I have had to stay here. So next year I go up again, second year in this border. Only planted last year. So second year in this space. All of, well, the ones I've shown, Wild Eve, Penelope Lively, and Dame Judy Dench, second year. But everybody else first year, just 2 anyway. So this is Dame Judy Dench, so not quite. And then that's Hello Car. How do we get to her? To him. This is a thorny rose, this. Gorgeous though, but quite thorny. He is floriferous, so loads and lots of blooms. First year in this space, I only planted it in the spring this year. Anyway, let me take you to the other side. We need to be quite speedy. This is Leonardo da Vinci, not David Austin, but just look at that. I love the rose, very, very pretty. Very pretty rose. No scent though, I can't perceive any scent. If you can in your garden, please let me know, but I can't. This is pretty. And the blooms stay for quite a while. So, lovely rose. So we'll do a proper tour and I'll show you what's going on for the hydrangeas as well. This is Sceptred Isle. I've got 3 Sceptred Isle in this space. I've deadheaded some of the blooms. This has been blooming for a while. So I've got 3 here. We then have James Galway, who is resting now. I think I've deadheaded most of the blooms, but this is James Galway's blooms. That's what that looks like. But yeah, we had, I think in the last video I showed you this rose in its prime, and the Sceptred Isle is down here. It looks so sort of miserable, so I need to add more blooming things. This is William and Catherine. William and Catherine has just finished blooming. I just left this so you could see them. I need to deadhead them. This is Nybevan. Nybevan is a floriferous rose. Gorgeous. So light yellow. Love Nybevan's blooms. Oh, by the way, these are all David Austin apart from Leonardo da Vinci. Gorgeous roses. And this is absolutely fabulous. Absolutely fabulous rose. Is a gorgeous rose. Not David Austin, but gorgeous rose. So Julia Child, she's also known as these are older blooms. She keeps her blooms. But I love this rose. The scent is gorgeous as well. Beautiful. Great. So I'll move you to the other side. We'll do a proper tour of everything and everyone. I think I need to show you the other border from the other end. But I'll show, this is a new border. Let me show you from this side for context. This is a new space that was only created this spring, Nordic method. There are 9 roses in here, so we've got 4 tree roses, and I'll show you those from the other side. And then we've got 5 shrub roses. Some are blooming and some are finished. This is Molenio. It's a David Austin rose. I've already deadheaded her. So this is Molenio. Gorgeous rose, and the blooms are huge. This is much smaller, but the main, when it starts, the blooms are quite huge. She's got more buds, so we will see more of that. This is Cabra Fair. May see fertilize. I've already fertilized her for the 2nd time. She's struggling, so I need to move her. There isn't a lot of sun in here. Whilst we're here, this is Gertrude Gico, the last blooms of Gertrude in the first flush. She's in the bed, which I said there's 9 roses. We need to deadhead iceberg, shrub rose. More blooms coming. Oh, there's a pot with a magnolia which I need to plant. The shepherdess is in blooming. We've deadheaded already. And this is Imogen. It's also a David Austin rose. I love this rose. All these, as I said, I knew they were bare root roses, all of them. This is Imogen, and we have a lot of ladybugs, so we are happy with that. Gorgeous. So let me show you the trees from, maybe I could show you this one, couldn't I? This is Donahue. So I've got Donahue as a shrub rose, but this is Donahue as a tree rose. This is Eustacia Vi. I have 3 shrub Eustacia Vi's. I had to have a tree rose of Eustacia. This, as I said, is in that new bed which I showed you with the 9 roses. I'd showed you Donahue who needs to be pruned, so we need to take that out. Donahue has been blooming for quite a while, so this is all new growth, getting ready for the second flush. These were planted as bare root trees, so this one is doing exceptionally well, and that is Eustacia Vi. Ain't that pretty? I know you'll agree with me that this is just so pretty, and the blooms are huge. Obviously that's needs to be deadheaded, but that's just so pretty. It's the combination of colors that I love, and the scent is also gorgeous, and it's a vigorous rose, and it's a new tree, but it's doing this well in the first year. Only planted a few months ago in this space. Lovely. And then we don't have anything from Emily Bronte. She's just crawling. I will cut it down hard when we get to that, but it's a new rose. Just look at the new growth. It's a beautiful plant. This, I've shown you Emily Bronte in a shrub form. You've seen her blooms, and they were the same blooms that she had over here. Then this is Princess Anne. I say to you that you will see Princess Anne fresh blooms when I show you the tree. This is the tree Princess Anne. Gorgeous rose. I might get myself a second Princess Anne and second Eustacia Vi trees. These are just gorgeous, and they're just so pretty. Sorry, there's a lot of noise, so I hope you can hear what I'm trying to say. Good. Just look at that. That's just so pretty. Gorgeous rose this is. Oh, I love this rose. Pretty rose. We need to come back and we'll do a tour of everything that's blooming in this space and how the hydrangeas are doing, petunias, everybody, geraniums and all that. Sorry, I moved. Let me move to the other space. I think let's end this video because it will be very long, like the very first video I did for you. I was just excited. You would be excited when you're looking at pretties like this. So I'm going to end this video, and then I'll start another one I'll show you the new border, new space we created. Started beginning of last year, and then I added a few roses this year, so I'll show you that space, and then I'll show you our front garden, which is very tiny. So but I crammed I don't know, 12 roses maybe in that space, and then we've got a little display of pots in the front garden, so I'll show you that when we get to it. But you all take care. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you all next time. Bye.